Hi everyone, welcome back to my art channel. My name is Chris, and in today's video I am going to have a comparison for you. So I went out and I bought a lot of the Quinacridone Gold paints that I can find in watercolors because I wanted to make a comparison for you. Now this started because I bought this M.Graham Quinacridone Gold like 2 years ago, and I absolutely love it. You can make some amazing mixes with them, very bright, gorgeous. So I got thinking, what is the difference between all the other brands out there? As you know, brands who have the same pigment numbers, the same names, but their formula might be a little bit different, so the colors are not always going to look the same. So I wanted to see that, especially Daniel Smith. If you are not familiar, Daniel Smith, the pigment to the Quinacridone Gold got discontinued. They bought it from the automobile industry, I believe, just to make the gold paint colors for the cars. So when that color got discontinued in the automobile industry, but Daniel Smith bought the rest of the pigment until it completely ran out. So the original is not available anymore, so now we have mixes. So that's why I wanted to do the comparison to see how each brand would do their own Quinacridone Gold. So here I have Daniel Smith Quinacridone Gold, then I have Daniel Smith Quinacridone Gold Deep. So this is Quinacridone Gold, this is the Quinacridone Gold Deep. I have Winsor & Newton Quinacridone Gold, I have Holbein Quinacridone Gold, I have Core Quinacridone Gold, and my first one, the M.Graham Nickel Quinacridone Gold. I wanted to get the Schminke, but I couldn't get it. I have to buy it from Jackson's, and I just couldn't justify putting an order just for that color. So let me begin with Daniel Smith Quinacridone Gold. Oh, and by the way, I'm using a new sketchbook. This is the, how you say it, Moleskine watercolor notebook. Is 25% cotton, so I'm going to see how I like the journal. Hopefully I like it because it was a little bit expensive. So we are going to start with the Daniel Smith Quinacridone Gold PO48 PY50, and all of them except for the Winsor & Newton have the same two pigment numbers. I'm going to go like this, and look at that. I really fell in love with the Quinacridone Gold from M.Graham to create those vibrant color mixes. And if I have time, I'll show you to you what I'm talking about. So look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's move on to the Daniel Smith Quinacridone Gold Deep. And I have them all in this little palette, by the way. Okay, let's see if there's a difference. It's a little, I don't know if I'm going to explain it right, but when you first mix it, it's a little chunky. Well, definitely you could see it's a little bit more. The color is not. Look at that. Beautiful. You could definitely see the difference between both of them. Okay, then we're moving to Winsor & Newton, which is the one that has a different pigment numbers than the rest. Winsor & Newton is PR206, PB19, and PY150. So that's the one I am the most curious about. And it does say Quinacridone Gold, right? Yeah, Quinacridone Gold. Look at that. I it. I also like the papers. It's doing alright. It's a little bit, I think it's brighter than the Daniel Smith. Okay, we're going to move to Holbein Quinacridone Gold, which is PO48, PY150. And one thing that I see is that some of the pigment is kind of chunky. I don't know how to explain it. Like, you really have to mix to get the pigment dissolved. Okay. Right now, all of them look the same, and I hope the camera is able to show it, but there's some little variations. So if in the comments you could tell me if you have used Quinacridone Gold before, and if you have, which brand is the one that you have used, or if you have used the Schminke Quinacridone Gold, please let me know. Okay, so now we're going with Core, which is PO48, P1150 again. And the difference between Core and the rest of these colors is that Core actually makes their own, excuse me, that was my alarm. Core actually makes their own binder, which is Aquasol. The rest, as far as I know, use gum arabic, and M.Graham has honey in their formula as well. Oh wow, now this one is bright right off the bat. I like that. Beautiful. Okay, and then last one, which will be my M.Graham, the first one that I ever bought. By the way, the brush that I'm using is the Princeton Snap number 10. It's a round. These brushes are really nice and affordable. Oh, I don't know if you could tell, but you see what I'm talking about? Like, you could see like the chunks of paint in there that takes a while to break down. Gorgeous. Beautiful. So right off the bat, I could tell you that Course and M.Graham are the ones that I like the most in the way they behave. I'm not sure about Daniel Smith, to be honest. I do like the Go Deep is a little bit more, I want to say more warm than the rest. Let's let them dry, and then I'll be right back, and then I'll show you some of the mixes that I've done with the Quinacridone Gold. So all the paints are dry now, except for this one, still a little bit wet. But as you can see, there are some subtle differences. I hope you could pick them up on camera. Definitely, I would say the Quinacridone Gold from Core is the most vibrant. I'm not sure what I did here with the M.Graham, that it looks, you can see my brush strokes. I probably had too much, I didn't have enough water. But I would say the weakest one for me will be the Winsor and Newton Quinacridone Gold. And I like the Holbein. I also like the Daniel Smith, the Quinacridone Gold Deep. My least favorite will be just the Quinacridone Gold by Daniel Smith. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know in the comments. But definitely, like I mentioned, Core, just on these swatches, is the winner for me. And while we are at that, let me show you some of the swatches I have done. These are using the M.Graham Quinacridone Gold. And as you can tell, it creates some gorgeous mixes. Very bright, which is something that I absolutely love. I really love bright colors. So for example, let's look at this one. This is ultramarine blue, violet. It is also by Core. And look at this. Look at that beautiful shade. Let's look at another one. Let me see. Here we have some reds. We have the Vinci Red, which is PR 254. And look at this oranges. Beautiful. I also like some of the, let me see. Do I have? Violet Oxide by Da Vinci, which is PR 101. Look at those earth tones. Very vibrant. For greens, we have sap green, and it will create like almost this green gold type of color in here. With the blues, again, you create some really vibrant colors. This is one I really love, granulation. So this is Cobra Green by Core PG26, and look at that. I don't know if you're able to see it, but let me try to show it closer. You see this? That's stunning. Same thing with this one. Beautiful. So if you're looking for a color that you could use to mix a lot of these vibrant tones, definitely Quinacridone Gold is the way to go. I have given you different examples of different brands in here. Like I mentioned, I hope the camera really picked it up. I would say the most vibrant one would be the Core Quinacridone Gold. The one that I use the most is, of course, the M.Graham, and the least that impressed me was the Winsor & Newton Quinacridone Gold. And that could be because it has a whole different formula than the other ones. So please, again, let me know which one is the one that you will work with, which one is the one that you've been using. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye.